And welcome back. You are still watching Enterprise Zone. Join me as we discover more about camping Khapela adventures. Khapela, how did you get involved in camping?
So I used to ride a motorbike, and I got invited by some friends to go to a rally, and yeah, I got hooked from there. Hey, the vibe, the fact that accommodation was not far away; it was right there where we were. Yeah, that was my first camping experiences, and then around camping Khapela, I think we went to Mozambique and I invited two sets of friends. And the one set of friends were just regular guys, gassy guys who hung around. And the second group of friends were VIP guys, and they had the works. They had the whole setup, they had the breakfast. And we only bought, I think, 800 rands worth of meat and alcohol, like a lot of alcohol. And none of us could set up a tent, and we ended up sleeping four guys in a small tent like this. The others couldn't open their tents, and it was just a horrible experience. And yeah, looking at those VIP guys, it hit me. I was like, I would pay top dollar to have someone set me up like this. And yeah, that's how the idea started, and the passion for camping also started as well.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, I think they call it glamping.
Yeah.
Is this something that you do?
I think we do more convenience camping.
Okay.
The glamping bit would have more fancier accessories,
Okay.
you know, the bed. So we have the bare necessities, but they're conveniently there for you.
Absolutely.
So it's still the inflatable bed. You're not going to find a, queen size bed in there or a lamp. So we
But
have
you'll
the
still be
basic.
comfortable.
Yes, you'll be very comfortable with the basics that we have. So we are like your stepping stone into camping as well. Yeah.
Okay, great. And then take us more. So you provide the tents and breakfast and dinner. What about ablutions and shower blocks? What are the camping sites like that you go to?
So South Africa's really got amazing world-class camping sites. So the campsites that we go to as well, that's what we look for. They've got hot water showers, they've got clean ablution blocks, they supply two-ply toilet paper, you know. So those things, I think, and our rating bar as well is like, would a Joburg girl approve of this place?
Okay.
And if she does, I think anyone can go camping.
Okay. I agree with you.
Yeah.
So what would you say your unique selling point is?
I think that we provide convenience. That convenience factor is why we got into the business as well, is that we'll supply all the things that you need. All you have to do is experience the thing. So we give you that opening door to say, come and experience camping. It is the turning scale. If you want to grow it and take it up a notch, you're more than welcome to ask us, how do you do that? But if you just want a camping experience, the stuff to be there and you just want to experience it, that's what we'll do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you got any words of advice for aspiring entrepreneurs out there after all the challenges and successes that you've experienced?
Keep going. There's days where I wanted to give up, and it was really, really tough. Really, really tough. Like, I can't explain it how tough it is. Like, it really, really doesn't cut it. But keep going, keep pushing, and something will happen. You will manifest something. It's not an easy journey, but it's the lessons when you look back on it are so worth it. So worth it.
And is it better to be your own boss?
It far better to be your own boss. Far better. It's the reason why you wake up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Better but not easier.
Yes, better, not easier. Okay. Way tougher. It's easier to get a salary at the end of the month.
Okay.
Nothing guaranteed, yeah. Yeah.
Will you take us through some of your other successes that you've had since you've been in business?
I think the growth of us doing, Lesotho Braai Fest, I think that was a real success. That was one of the first international ones that we did, and Bushfire as well. We did one of our largest groups there as well. I think we did 85 people the first year. And so that's really propelled us to really have a focus on music festivals, because they're fun. I think there's a lot more for people to experience there. There's the whole, you kind of capture the culture of that area within one space and in one weekend. And I think, yeah, those are more that we want to focus and venture into.
Okay. And take us through your challenges in setting up a company since you've started.
I think Capital and cash flow is a real big challenge. I think management of the capital. I think at the beginning, I took a decision to say, look, I'm going to invest in infrastructure. All the infrastructure we have, we own, but it was a real challenge trying to get those. We don't have any credit, so clients would pay and then would get the infrastructure, make no profit, but we've got the infrastructure. So I think the challenges has been the funding, the capital, and finding reliable employees as well has been a really good challenge, because you deal with people's, people trust you with their personal space. And you need to have a team that is reliable, people who know that, if someone drops something, pick it up, give it back to them and not put it in your pocket. And yeah, so I think people skills as well, and finding really good people was a challenge. I mean, we've turned over, I think, about 8 guys in this space, and the 2 that we found have been with us the longest, and yeah, they're really great. I'm really happy with them.
Okay, great. Yeah, people are always a very valuable commodity or very
they
valuable
make it.
asset
True.
when
They
for a
make
business.
our business. I mean, you've got to be able to relate with people. People are looking at you because you're taking them into this uncomfortable space and a space. So you need to have to make them feel relaxed, chat to them, start conversations, and be able to engage with them.
Being in a service industry,
Exactly.
it's definitely about being relatable.
Yes.
So have you done safari camping holidays?
Yes, we did one. It was actually for a group of 6 Austrians. They came through. We took them to the Kruger. We partnered with Sand Parks to give them a game drive, and then we set up the camping experience for them, the food and all that. Yeah, that was really interesting. But we'd like to move into that space with more thicker and more reliable, more stronger tents, which are safari tents. These are more your family outdoor, more. Yeah, these aren't going to stop a lion from ripping it open. So these are just for social campsites. Yeah.
Okay.
The safari tents are a lot more thicker. They are built for a little bit of resistance as well to that. If a lion is really determined to get in, it would, but it would take more of a struggle for it to get in and buy you more time. The safari tents are built for that safari. They're more weather resistance for extreme weathers as well.
What are some of the scariest experiences you've had
Oh
since you've
my
been
word,
camping?
we were out in Richards Bay and we were hosting a camp there, and luckily it was in a little ditch into like this valley at the bottom, and there was so much wind still that kept blowing down there, and some tents were flying out. I think we had set up 55 tents, and it was the 3 of us, and tents would unpeg and tents would go flying and we'd have to catch them. But on the next morning when we went to go check it out, it was such a bad storm. It had built, the school roof had blown off. So luckily, thank God, we were in this gorge. And it said, but yeah, so Mother Nature is our biggest challenge when it comes out to that. But yeah, it's always adds to the fun as well, and memories as well.
Of course, it's about the experience,
Exactly.
really being blown away.
Exactly. Yeah.
So as your business is growing from 2 to 150 tents, what are some of the challenges you face now in growing it further?
I think in terms of growth, I think it's the reach that we have. Right now, I'm the driver as well who drives the 2 guys. I think if we can, we're busy training the guys in terms of having licenses, so then they can have their own independent team, and then we'll be able to reach. At the moment, we're only able to do one client and on one weekend and then move on to the next. I think for growth purposes, if we can upscale these guys and give them their own independence to be able to reach 2 places and at one go, I think that's the challenge that we're facing in terms of growth, is how do we upscale the guys and let them be independent. But yeah, we're working on it, and soon they should be.
You'll be getting there.
Yeah.
And you're involved very much then in the tourism industry. So what support do you get from Tourism SA? Are you involved with them in any way?
We are. We're actually having talks with them right now. I'm actually meant to meet them this week, in fact. But they really like the idea. They've proposed for us to put our packages on short left, But we want to go bigger. I mean, this is, I think, the vision being in it. We've got such a big vision for it that we want to propose to them as well, to say there's such a huge market to take. South Africans road tripping. There's still that culture that we don't understand of why people live in vans and do camping and do the whole thing. So I think there's a whole educational aspect, and I think that people still need to understand that and travel it. And yeah, SA Tourism is on board. We're planning something with Gauteng Tourism as well. So we want to start in our region and then grow it out that way.
Okay, and it is one of our best commodities, is our tourism.
Yes.
It's quite a competitive industry, isn't it? What have you found in terms of your competition?
With our competition, in fact, what we found is that we've actually gained competition.
Okay.
I think I know of 3 or 4 guys who started what we're doing. But the pie is so big. I mean, I think that's one other thing that doesn't keep me relaxed, but I'm comfortable with that. It's so huge, I'm not able to service everyone. So there's space for other guys to come on board. What it does is that it keeps us innovating and ahead of the game. So I think that's a great challenge and advantage that we've had, is that we've gone through what they still have to go through.
Yeah.
And so we can always evolve ahead of they can. So yeah, it's okay.
Okay,
right.
And how do you find how do you market your business? What are the best ways to get your name out there to get customers?
Our biggest is references and by word of mouth. Guys who've been on our experiences will hear about someone says, no, this friend referred to me, they went on an experience. Social media has been huge. I mean, we run a campaign where people spot the bakkie, tag their friends. We've really taken advantage of that, of social media. But word of mouth, I think, has worked best for us. I mean, most of our businesses has been through references. People come back and say, a friend tried this and they had fun and we'd like to try it as well. So yeah, so far I think we're doing well on that end.
Okay, word of mouth it is. On this, where do people get in touch with you?
They can find us on Instagram, Facebook or Twitter. We're Camping Khapela. We've got a website, www.campingkhapela.com. They can WhatsApp me on 071 817 3945. They can email me as well, info@campingkhapela.com. They can get me on any of those.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. We wish you all the best with your business, and I hope you discover the most amazing camping sites.
Thank you. I hope to see you on the campsite soon.
Definitely. You'll be arranging for me.
Awesome.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Khapela. And there you have it, for all your outdoor camping experiences, all your outdoor adventures and comfortable camping. Do get in touch with Camping Khapela with Khapela. And that's all we have for this week's episode of Enterprise Zone. Thanks for watching. If you wish to be featured on the show, do contact me at alisonl@afrotone.coza. Until next week, let's keep working to make South Africa great.